Las Vegas, the city of sin, is known for being a global entertainment hub, famous for its casinos, luxurious hotels, and the promise of a life full of excitement, instant wealth, and endless parties. The city shines with neon lights and its nightlife, but there is a much darker side hiding behind this glamour. While many view Las Vegas as the paradise for adults, where anything is possible, few know the darker secrets lurking beneath the surface of this vibrant place. From its connection with the mafia to the existence of people living in underground tunnels, Las Vegas has a fascinating history that not many know. Did you know that the city was built with the mafia's money? Or that there is a whole community of people living literally under the casinos? And that's not all. What we are about to reveal in the next few minutes will completely change your perception of this place. But there is something even more shocking that I will save for the end. Something that will truly surprise you. So stay with us until the end of this video, and don't forget to subscribe to continue exploring more about the hidden sides of the most fascinating cities in the world. Welcome to World Marvels. 10 Women in Las Vegas. Las Vegas is famous for being a magnet for tourists from around the world, including thousands of women who arrive with the hope of leading a life full of luxury and opportunities. However, many women who come to this city in search of a better life are faced with a much darker side. The city has become a destination for those who dream of becoming artists, dancers, or even participating in the film industry. But behind these promises of glamour lies a harsh reality. Many women who arrive in Las Vegas are drawn by the opportunities that seem to exist in the entertainment capital. However, they often face precarious jobs and extreme working conditions. The entertainment industry in Las Vegas, while largely geared towards providing pleasure and fun to tourists, also has a very dark side. Labor exploitation and discrimination are common problems in the city, where women often struggle to obtain equal opportunities. Additionally, life in Las Vegas is not easy for many women. Competition is fierce, and many are forced to make difficult decisions, such as entering the adult industry or working in the casinos under exploitative conditions. However, there are also women who have managed to escape these situations and are now actively working to help others break free from this cycle. 9. The immortality of casinos. Casinos in Las Vegas are one of the main tourist attractions in the city, and some of the most iconic ones have stories that go back several decades. These casinos are not just places for gambling and betting, but they are symbols of the city's history, many of them built with funds from illegal activities. The first major casinos were established by mobsters, who saw the potential of Las Vegas as an entertainment center where money flowed endlessly. One of the most iconic casinos is the Flamingo, founded by Benjamin Bugsy Siegel. Siegel was one of the first mobsters to bet on Las Vegas and saw the city as an opportunity to expand his business. Although his first attempt was a failure, he was assassinated in 1947. His vision laid the groundwork for the city's development. After his death, other mafia families, such as those from Chicago, New York, and Cleveland, took control and built large casinos, which became the heart of the city's economic and political power. Today, the mafia has lost its power, but the legacy of these casinos remains a significant part of Las Vegas history. Large corporations now control most of the casinos, but the echoes of the mafia are still felt in the operations of the city. Las Vegas remains a place where economic and political interests cross in complex ways, and its connection to organized crime continues to be a part of the city's legend. 8. The traps of gambling. One of the most peculiar features of Las Vegas casinos is their ability to manipulate the behavior of players. If you've ever been inside one of the city's casinos, it's likely that you've noticed something peculiar in their design. No clocks, no windows, and the corridors seem endless. This is a psychological trick that casinos use to ensure that players lose track of time. The reason behind the strategy is simple. If people don't know what time it is, they are more likely to keep playing. It has been shown that the absence of clocks and windows makes players feel more comfortable in the casino environment, which leads them to spend more time playing and, of course, spend more money. This manipulation of time is just one of the many tactics casinos use to maximize their profits. This phenomenon is known as the casino effect. People who are inside a casino often lose track of time and reality, frequently betting much more than they initially planned. It is a deliberately crafted environment that ensures people forget the consequences of their decisions and get carried away by the thrill of the moment. 7. The impact of the mafia. Las Vegas was not always the glittering city we know today. In its early days, it was a small stop in the middle of the desert, an oasis where travelers could rest before continuing their journey westward. However, the city began to transform at the start of the 20th century thanks to the help of the mafia, who saw the potential of Las Vegas as a gambling and entertainment center. The mafia's involvement in Las Vegas started in the 1940s, when Benjamin, Bugsy Siegel, and other prominent figures of organized crime set up shop in the city. Siegel, in particular, was one of the first mobsters to invest large sums of money into building casinos and hotels in Las Vegas. His most famous project was the Flamingo, which, although it wasn't an immediate success, marked the beginning of the casino empire in the city. Over time, other mafia families, such as those from Chicago and New York, also invested in Las Vegas. These families used the casinos as a way to launder money and expand their illegal activities. Despite the government's efforts to suppress organized crime, the mafia continued to hold considerable influence in the city for decades. 6. The Mafia and the Kennedys. One of the most intriguing chapters in Las Vegas history involves mafia families and their connections with high-profile political figures like the Kennedys. During the 1960 presidential election, rumors circulated that the mafia had played a crucial role in John F. Kennedy's campaign. According to various theories, the mafia helped Kennedy win votes in key states in exchange for promises of protection for their businesses and a more lenient approach to gambling laws in Las Vegas. One of the most interesting connections was between President Kennedy and the famous singer Frank Sinatra, who had close ties to the mafia. Sinatra, a close friend of Kennedy, is said to have facilitated informal agreements between the mafia families and the Kennedys. However, after JFK took office, his brother Robert F. Kennedy, who became the Attorney General, started investigating mafia activities more rigorously, including their operations in Las Vegas. This shift in government policy caused huge resentment among the mobsters, who felt betrayed. Investigations into organized crime intensified, leading to theories suggesting that the mafia may have had a hand in JFK's assassination in 1963. While there is no conclusive evidence, these speculations have fueled the fascination with this dark period of Las Vegas history. 5. The Dark History. Las Vegas, as we know it today, wasn't always the luxurious tourist destination it is now. In the early 20th century, it was just a small stop in the middle of the desert, an oasis where travelers could rest before continuing their journey westward. However, everything changed in 1905 when the first train station was built in the city. This turned Las Vegas into a key transport hub, but it was still a tiny stop in the desert. The real transformation began in the 1920s when the state of Nevada adopted liberal policies to stimulate the local economy. Gambling was legalized, prostitution was allowed, and the laws around divorce and marriage were incredibly lax. These policies made Las Vegas an attractive destination for those who wanted to escape the moral restrictions of other parts of the country. This is when the city began earning the nickname, the Sin City. The real turning point came in the 1930s with the construction of the Hoover Dam. This dam brought water and electricity, which allowed the city to grow quickly. From then on, Las Vegas transformed into a center for gambling and entertainment, and with the legalization of gambling, the mafia saw a golden opportunity. Investing in Las Vegas allowed mobsters to expand their money laundering operations and, of course, earn huge sums of money in the process. For the mafia and power. Mafia families weren't just involved in building casinos. They also played a central role in creating the city's political power. During the 1940s and 1950s, Las Vegas became the operational center for the largest organized crime groups in the United States. The mafia didn't just control the casinos. They also had huge influence over local and state politicians, who were essential in protecting their interests and preventing federal authorities from interfering. In this context, the relationships between the mafia and political figures became increasingly close. Some of the most influential politicians of the time were known for their ties to the mafia, who bribed them in exchange for political favors. Las Vegas became a city where mafia and political interests intersected in such a way that it was hard to tell where one sphere of power ended and the other began. The casinos of Las Vegas, run by figures like Bugsy Siegel, were places where bets were made not only on the roulette tables or blackjack games but also in the political and social arenas. The mobsters managed to establish dominance in the city that lasted until the late 1960s, when large corporations began taking control. However, the echoes of the mafia still remain an integral part of the city's history. 3. The lottery ban. One of the strangest curiosities about Las Vegas is that, despite being the city of gambling, lotteries are completely banned in the state of Nevada. This may seem contradictory since Nevada is home to some of the largest and most luxurious casinos in the world, but the reason behind this ban has to do with controlling the local economy. Nevada does not want lotteries to compete with the casinos, which are the primary source of income for the state. While lotteries are a significant revenue source in other states, in Nevada, gambling in casinos is the central pillar of the economy. If lotteries were allowed, the casinos might see a decline in the amount of money tourists spend at the gaming tables. Therefore, Nevada has opted to maintain the exclusivity of casinos and gambling, ensuring that money continues to flow into the casinos without competition. 2. The dark side of the city. Las Vegas is not only known for its vibrant and luxurious life, but it is also home to a growing social inequality. While tourists enjoy luxury hotels and exclusive dinners, a large portion of the population working to make the spectacle come alive lives under precarious conditions. Many employees in the casinos, such as cooks, waiters, drivers, and security personnel, struggle to make ends meet, facing high living costs and low wages. The city depends on an economic system that relies on tourists spending large sums of money, but the cost of living is so high that many workers find themselves trapped in a cycle of poverty. Despite Las Vegas attracting millions of visitors every year, not all those who live there can enjoy the city's shine. The large corporations that control the casinos and hotels generate huge profits, but wealth is not distributed fairly. Those who sustain the infrastructure of the city, who serve the tourists, often do not receive fair compensation for their work. Rent and utility bills are so high that many of these workers are forced to live in undignified conditions. Over the years, this has created a growing disparity between the rich and the poor, making Las Vegas a city of extremes. On one side, we have the elite enjoying extreme luxury. On the other side, thousands of people struggling to survive in a system that, in many ways, has left them behind. 1. The underground tunnels. One of the most shocking and least known aspects of Las Vegas is the existence of a community that lives literally under the city. Originally built for drainage to prevent floods, the underground tunnels of Las Vegas have become home to hundreds of people who, for various reasons, have been excluded from the system. Living underground may sound like something out of a dystopian film, but it is the sad reality for many invisible residents of the city. Access to these tunnels is not open to the public, and life in these dark, claustrophobic spaces is extremely difficult. Most of the people living there do so because of desperate circumstances, such as unemployment, eviction, addiction to gambling or drugs, or the inability to afford the high cost of living on the surface. These tunnels have no electricity or proper ventilation, and living conditions are miserable. Hygiene is minimal, and health risks are high due to the lack of access to drinking water and proper sanitation. However, for many of these residents, the tunnels are the only option. Some have lived there for years, surviving on what they find in the trash or receive from charity. The tunnels, originally built for water drainage, are now a refuge for those who have fallen through the cracks of society. Though they are far removed from the neon and glamour of Las Vegas, these people fight to maintain a small community within the tunnels, where distrust and survival instincts are constant. Reports of crime, such as murders and thefts, are common in these dark passages. Life in the tunnels is a grim reminder that, while the city shines for some, it is a place of despair for others. Las Vegas is a place of extremes, a city full of light, luxury, and promises, but also dark and tragic in many ways. From its foundation with the help of the mafia to the existence of people living underground in extreme conditions, Las Vegas reflects the contradictions that exist in the modern world. Luxury versus poverty, excitement versus despair. While the city continues to be a paradise for many, for others it is a battleground where dreams are broken and the hardest realities take hold. What do you think about everything we've explored about Las Vegas? Are you surprised by the hidden history of this famous city? Share your opinion in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and share it so more people can discover the secrets of the cities they visit. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the City of Sin. We hope to see you on our next adventure, where we will continue to explore the most surprising corners of the world. See you next time.